So, big picture question first.
Okay.
Could you ever have imagined back when you and Michael came up with the comeback that you would be playing Valerie Cherish more than 20 years later?
No. I mean, thank God we were canceled right after the first season.
Do you see that as a blessing?
Yes. I mean,
Why?
I wasn't even that upset when it happened then because I thought, oh, I can't do better than that. So it's not my fault, like I really did feel like someone's making a mistake and it's not my mistake. And beyond that, there's nothing I can do. Thank God we were canceled, because to come back every 10 years and get to place Valerie in a different landscape of the television industry is a great opportunity, and because the first season, that was the beginning of reality TV, where I know everyone was panicking about, well, this is the end. Writers weren't getting as many overall deals, right? They were sort of handing them out like candy. Okay, so now they're not going to spend that.
Right,
and
the
now
death
they're,
of the scripted series.
Yeah, they're just not going to have as many. But it felt like that was the end. And so, yes, that's why you have a Polly G. Not that showrunners were never abusive before that, but mine weren't, by the way. I have to always say that because that was right after Friends. And that was not anything close to my experience on Friends, okay? It wasn't. But we had other writers in the writer's room, and they had all worked with at least 2 or 3 Polly Gs.
So you heard from writers
I was
stories of other
mortified.
shows.
In the writer's room, I was mortified by the stories because I kept saying, well, this is too much, right? And they went,
No, it actually happened.
Polly G doesn't have a gun. So,
oh my goodness.
You could understand then that there's so much going on. There's so much interference and panic from the networks to, okay, then we'll do this sitcom, but let's hedge our bets. We'll do a reality show companion piece. And they're stuck. And it's been such a great opportunity to examine what's going on. 10 years later, it's that premium cable, half-hour, edgy, gritty dramedy thing, which I guess the comeback is kind of a dramedy, depending on the episode you're watching. And she's in the middle of that too, and ends up doing good work. But also, and then 10 years after that, everyone is terrified of AI. 20 years ago, you have sitcoms and there's like 12 to 15 writers in a writer's room. 10 years after that, it's only like 8, 10 episodes, 13 maybe. You don't need 10, you don't need 15, you need maybe 6. And then 10 years after that, it's again halved, where if the writer's not writing them all themselves, then you only need a couple more.
So what else what can you tell us about season 3? It involves AI.
Oh yeah, well, so the sort of, if there's such a thing as a log line anymore, it's, Valerie Cherish is offered the lead in a multi-camera show, but it's written by AI. So, also, what does it look like for Valerie not to deal with a writer?
Because that's where so much of the drama comes, is
right.
Her and the writers.
Yeah. And, in very first episode, she's, absolutely not. When it comes up, absolutely not. Because the writers will hate me. It's not like, the concept of AI. She's not analyzing what does AI mean for society. It's just, writers hate it, and then they'll hate me. So that's a no. That's as far as she goes.
But then that thinking evolves a little bit.
Well, then, she's in a way offered permission to do it. She's given an out. You see that in episode 2. But, so Valerie is always, if she's nervous about something and she's told, yeah, but it's okay. Is it okay? All right, great. You know, she's not asking why, analyzing it, vetting it. No, it's just, you say it's okay, great.
Now it's okay.
It's okay.
What did it feel like for you to step back into Valerie's shoes? Put on Valerie's wig?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's always fun. I love that wig. I mean, it's kind of flattering. So I'm always like, can I get a haircut? Like, could I? No? Okay. Yeah, looks good.
What did it feel like to be Valerie again?
Well, I mean, I was Valerie while we were writing it, you know, along with other characters, as you do when you're writing something. But, you know, and just throughout the years, you know, Valerie just pops in to comment on something.
Really? Just
Yeah.
as you were going about your daily life?
Yes, if I am trying to, you know, something happens and it's sort of disappointing, or, you know, anything goes wrong, and, you know, sometimes it'll, I hopefully don't say it out loud too much, but, you know, yeah, it'll just be, that's okay, because, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
Her voice is there.
That's okay, probably better to stay home, watch a movie. Get cozy. Yeah, it's like a weird, she comes in to cope? I don't know. Or, yeah, now I sound insane.
You don't sound insane. I think that's, so has Valerie changed you?
Yeah, not at first, because at first, honestly, I was sort of making fun of her, which is sort of at first. For any comedic character, I'm making fun of them. And then as time goes on, I start seeing some things to really appreciate. And I'd like to sort of incorporate some of that, you know, into my own worldview, you know. And there is the thing about, there's a sort of resilience, you know. And I didn't realize how much of me is already like her, just in that, you know, yeah, it's okay to be a little delusional and to, you know, like something appears like it's not good, just personally, not saying in the world, but, you know, just something that's not, you know, that's kind of maybe, is that a threat? Is that a red flag? Is that oh, now what do I, oops, shouldn't have done that. And then it's like, that's okay, you know, better luck next time, or I don't know, just, yeah.
And you're kind of that way too, just a little delusional. That's all right.
Yeah, like that's all right. Or no, oh, well, that one person liked it, so that's good. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. And even just with the comeback itself, and, you know, it didn't, you know, get picked up, and it was, oh, but we heard David Bowie had called to get DVDs of it because he was going to be on tour and didn't want to miss one. And it's like, well, I'm done. That's all I need, you know. If I only need one person to like it, I'm done.
So David Bowie literally called to get.
That's what we heard.
To get the comeback.
Look at me,
so he
as
could
if
watch
I'm
it.
in a court of law. That's what allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know.
That's what we
heard.
heard.
To the best of my knowledge.
No, we're going to go with that. That would be all I'd need too.
Or are
right?
there aliens? Well, I heard there were, but I haven't
seen them.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Not in Area 51.
I heard David Bowie. What was a fan of the show.
Your son, Julian, is in this season.
Yeah.
What was it like to have Julian on set with you?
Oh, it was heaven. I mean, there was one day, you know, we're all there's like cast holding rooms now, just so that the actors are all there waiting for when they're ready and you go on. So he was in one of the holding rooms, and I saw him, and I was tired, okay? Valerie Cherish is in every single scene, and this time it's not reality cameras, it's traditional coverage, so it's a lot. And I was just tired, and I saw my son, and I went, oh, and I just walked over, sort of climbed onto the couch next to him and threw myself on top of him and gave him a hug. And kind of forgot that it was a room full of other people, and not all of them knew that it was my son. And also, maybe a mom isn't supposed to climb on top. You know, it wasn't, I think it was okay.
Was he fine with it?
Yeah, he was like, okay, Mom.
I think that's adorable, and I would do exactly the same thing. It's your baby.
It's my
right?
baby. But he's a grown man and beard, like, but
still.
yeah. I was nervous for him, his first, the table read, but he was great. He's great. He's good.
Can you tell us anything about what he's doing, what his character is?
Yeah, I mean, he's the tech guy on set.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. He's good.
That's so cool. Right? Because I can imagine you're sitting there in the table read. You have to focus on your own lines, but also it's your baby. It's
I know.
everything.
Yeah, and also perfect for the part. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And is there something full circle to have? I mean, he was in your belly for Friends.
Yes, on Stage 24, where we were shooting the sitcom. How's that for the comeback? Yeah. Yeah, and then there he is. And it wasn't until his very last day that I remembered, wait, I have a picture of you when you were 2 in the kitchen. It's the same kitchen, backstage, standing on a thing and washing dishes looking, it was so adorable. And then now this guy with a beard. So we took a picture of him.
Like recreating it? Oh, that's so great.
Recreating it.
That's nice. It's a full circle moment, and you got to enjoy it.
Yes, I did. I did take a second to enjoy it. I took seconds. I was able to take seconds. An empty soundstage is an empty soundstage. It doesn't remind you of anything at all. But the dressing rooms are the same configuration, so that was fun. And if, I needed a bathroom break, I went up to my old dressing room. That was mine for the last 5 years of Friends. Just because I felt like, well, it's mine. I'm allowed.
Yeah.
And also just feeling like our last episode was shot here. We finished up Friends, which was one of the biggest things in my professional life and life, period. And now I'm finishing up the Comeback trilogy, same place where I finished the other most important thing. So, yeah, that made me a little emotional.
Yeah.
A little. I say a little. Yeah.
Maybe more than a little?
Maybe more. Emotional. It did. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, that's amazing.
And my nose is running now. I don't cry, but my nose runs.
And I would imagine gratitude for these moments.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? Look, I'm going to say, no, I've always, stayed in gratitude. But I kind of have. I really have. I mean, I never went through that period of, no, I don't want to talk about Friends. I have to move on and I want to play other characters. And no, you have to know me from, no, that's fine.
And why is that?
Because Friends gave me everything. It just did. And I loved being Phoebe. I loved the whole experience. And I don't need to move away from it. And, I had done independent films and played different characters. And, whether you've seen it or not, that's fine. And it's fine. If all you know that I've ever done is Friends, how could I not be okay with that? Like, that's nothing to be ashamed of, So, yeah. Life's easier anyway if you're just like, oh, great, nice, thank you, good. It's just easier.
That's very true.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. So much of it is about attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, Mickey is not in this season.
Mm-hmm.
And in season 2, you wrote into the script what he was actually going through in real life, that he had melanoma.
Right.
How did you decide to do that?
Well, Michael, who had a relationship with Robert Michael Morris that went back to college.
He was his drama teacher. Robert Michael Morris was Michael's drama teacher.
That's right. That's right. And so Michael talked to Michael, because he went by Michael, and said, we want to have Mickey, have cancer in this. And And I'll call him Mickey, said, yes, but please don't let him die, right? And Michael said, no, he won't die. He won't die. So, yeah, so he has a treatment that's rough on him, and he's going to be okay. Yeah. But then we did lose Michael. And that was hard, so I didn't even want to talk about it. Because whenever Michael Patrick King and I would get together in the 10 years in between, so what do you think Valerie would be doing? Like, should we try to do just maybe a movie? And it was a no for me.
Because?
I don't know. I don't know how to do it without Mickey. Don't know how to do it without Mickey. No. No. And also, and then there wasn't an idea worthy, but also good. There's no idea. I don't know how we do this without Mickey. Mickey was, whatever Valerie's saying or doing, you cut to Mickey, and even though he was so supportive of her, he's the guy letting you know, even that doesn't even make sense to me. But, so how do we do it? Yeah. Yeah.
Two questions. I guess first, how were you able to move on, to do it?
I guess enough time had passed, and Michael Patrick King said, okay, she's offered to lead in a sitcom, but it's written by AI. And it was like, oh, yes. Yes. Only Valerie would have to navigate that. Yes.
Now
Great.
we can do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I think we should do it. Yeah. And he was having a meeting or talking to Casey Bloys, who's head of HBO Max, and said, oh, by the way, for the comeback, we have an idea, and told him. And Casey said, oh, do it now. Hurry up, before.
Right, because you're always just a little bit ahead of what's actually happening, so you
Right, and kind of just living in the space of what people are predicting would happen, and, we don't want to predict too much.
Right, makes sense.
Just stick with. And it feels like a sitcom written by AI. There's enough, I don't know, but it feels like there's enough sort of lawsuits around writing in AI to keep it at bay for a bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's not totally forbidden,
yeah,
technically, but yeah, but to the level that we're depicting.
Going back to Mickey for a second, watching that final episode back when it first aired, it was beautiful, but watching it now, it takes on a whole other level.
Which does? The what?
The final episode of season 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where she thinks she's going to lose him, and you have this beautiful moment in the hospital, and he says, I'm scared. I mean,
Yeah.
have you been able to look at that since?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because in preparation of this, I rewatched, everything. And, but for me, it stayed in the context of that. Also, our first day of season 2, we were shooting with Robert Michael Morris, Mickey, and he said, I don't know if I can do this. I'm exhausted. Like, we only walked from here to there a couple times. He said, I don't know that I'll be able to do this. And I said, well, we'll do what we need to do for you to be able to do this. So if you can only do 2 takes, we're only going to do 2 takes. And Michael Patrick King also, he said, oh, you'll be able to do this. We'll make sure. You're going to be able to do this. And he was able to do it. He got better and better. He got stronger and stronger, to the point where his doctors were saying, what are you doing?
Wow.
Because this is not progressing as would be predicted. What are you doing? He was working.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then to make it through that season after he thought maybe he couldn't do it, it was a victory.
Yeah, he was fine. He was fine. He had more energy by the end of it than when we started.
Wow.
Yeah.
James Burroughs pops up throughout the series, often giving Valerie advice. On a personal level, to have James Burroughs be the one there giving the advice.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
Well, I mean, it's as it should be. I mean, I can't think of another legendary director of television comedies aside from Jimmy Burroughs. So how fantastic that he agreed to do it the first one. And also, when he delivers unhappy news, he's not trying to hurt her. He's just telling her the truth. And that's very Jimmy Burroughs. He just says the truth. You know, like, no, it's not going to work because they're not for you in that scene. Like, you know, like he would just tell you, like, no, it's not, no, you can't do that. It's not funny. You can't. So it's perfect in that he would, this time though, we have him, he's in 3 episodes. So.
That's all you're going to say?
That's all I'm going to say.
In your own life, did he ever give you a nugget of advice that stayed with you?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, it might be yes, but just being around him, watching him, seeing how he would analyze, you know, Matthew Perry was always like, Jimmy, what do we look at? Like the numbers of viewers or the shares? And Jimmy would explain, well, they're both important, but the share, you only dropped off 2 points from Mad About You. So it's good, really good. That's good, you're doing great, you know. And he was the one who took us to Las Vegas before the show aired, all together to bond, and had us at dinner and just said, you know, this is the last time any of you will be able to be out in public because nobody knows who you are yet. And I remember everyone else was like, wow. And I went, maybe. Like, how do you know?
Was he right?
Well, yes, he was. He was right. He was right. And he was right that it was a hit. He was right. And I thought, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of shows that are good and funny and they don't get picked up or they don't work with an audience. I don't know. How do you know? I know.
But that's probably a pretty good survival skill too, right? Just, I don't know, let's see. Maybe that's an okay coping mechanism too.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm an idiot. You know, I don't know.
Was there a moment that you remember when you knew, oh, our lives are never going to be the same?
Oh, after a photo shoot for Entertainment Weekly. Yeah. I think before we started the second season or right into the second season, we came out of the photo shoot and there were paparazzi everywhere. And it was really unpleasant because they're yelling at you. That was the first time, like, why are they yelling at us? We haven't done it. Why are they mad? We haven't done anything.
It sounded super aggressive.
Yeah.
Did you make a conscious decision to not let fame change you, get to you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I don't know.
Because you kind of didn't, it's not that you didn't play that game, but you didn't play that game. You kind of just didn't let it get to you. You kept working.
Well, look, my family all lives here. So I saw my family a lot, and my husband is not in this business. So that's a leveler, you know. I mean, they're all excited, and Friends was a hit, and they were excited, but just there's always something that's more important. Not more important, work was important. I mean, I'm looking back, and I had given birth to my son, and 10 days later I was at a meeting. I did The Tonight Show,
10 days after you gave birth?
And then was in a meeting for Analyze This, that my agent's like, yeah, we'll be okay. It doesn't, you're not shooting till July and it's May, it's no big deal. I was like, okay, yeah, I might be okay by then. And then in the meeting, Billy Crystal's saying, yeah, I mean, you look great. Are you sure you're able to do this? When did you give birth? And I told him, he's like, all right, well, we start Thursday. And I just went, oh, do you? You start Thursday? Yeah, I don't. And I'm thinking, right, you're gonna shoot all your stuff. I'm not in that much, so like, I'll be fine by. I'm just thinking, I didn't say it out loud. I just went, yeah, no, I'll be fine. Like by July, yeah.
When you look back on that now, what do you think?
It wasn't July. It was, and then it was, yeah, so today's Monday, and then Thursday you have to fly to New York.
You did have to go shoot.
Yes. And I remember my husband's parents were visiting from France. My parents were around. Everyone around went, of course you can do it. Wow. And I said, but it's wrong. I have a newborn. But a baby nurse will go with you, look after the baby. Baby won't remember anything. It's fine. Yes. Absolutely everybody was, yes, it's okay, you'll go do it. I went, all right, I don't know. Like, your hormones are just like, all right, I mean, I guess okay.
And you did it.
It's insane.
Yeah, when you look back now, does it seem a little nutty?
I would never do it.
No.
No. Yeah. And now it's impossible. So I don't have to ever think about anything like that. But yeah.
What do you think what was your mindset? Do you think, was there a part of you that just thought, I have to keep working?
No, I thought, this is insane. But everybody else seems to think, I need to defer to everybody else because I know my brain's not working right now. Too many hormones. I'm a little just like a smidge depressed, you know what I mean? And laughing, postpartum depression. But, and I just deferred to everybody else and thought, well, I mean, I guess it is okay to go back to work immediately. Okay. Yeah. I'm not mad at anybody because it was the other thing that informed, I guess we were talking about it a little before that, yeah, for men and women, we are really, what an enlightened, wonderful time. We really are equal now because, yeah, you gotta, work's important. And it was at a time where work is a priority. Work is allowed to be a priority and main focus, and everything else just has to accommodate it. That really was sort of the ethos at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. And this is, the comeback talks about this, that are men and women really on a level playing field?
Well, I mean, that first season for sure, and that's why it was so cringe to some people. And I think if you look at it now, it's not as cringe.
And why do you think that is?
Well, first of all, because we have some kind of context for reality TV, because that was before Real Housewives took off. There was, I think, just Orange County, but it wasn't, everybody was aware of it, and there was Survivor, and Amazing Race, but there weren't we didn't have Housewives of everywhere. We didn't see that it was a means to an end for people that was normalized over time. And so it just felt like the level of desperation and bad judgment, it felt like. And why doesn't she know to just shut up? Or, yeah. And also, the thing I felt like when we were shooting it, why is it cringe? What's cringe? And people would say to me, other actors, how did you do that? That must have been so hard to play that. And I just went, what? Why? It wasn't hard for 1 second. Emotionally hard? I don't even know what they mean. Emotionally hard?
And because you didn't see it as humiliating? I mean, that's why I think people would say that, right? Oh, that was humiliating.
Because Valerie never felt humiliated. As Valerie, I didn't feel humiliation. She spun it, and while it's such a lame spin, it was enough. for her. She just fully believed it. Yeah, delusional. But it's a fine line between, denial and coping.
That's very true.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, that I, at the time, also felt like, and it turned out what was so upsetting to people was that this woman was being treated like this. And you don't want to see a woman being treated like that. And I didn't understand that, because what's the difference between man, woman? I mean, I don't understand the difference. Women are ambitious too, and women have, their priorities can be off also. So I don't understand, we're the same. Aren't we the same? I was instructed to go right back to work after giving birth. I thought we were the same. And then a couple years later, I realized, oh, women are still perceived as sort of victim. So that's why, and that was depressing to me.
That she was seen as a victim, and that spoke to something larger.
Women, in general, don't have the same, seat at the table. They don't have that. And I thought we did. So it was sort of jarring to me, to realize that. But it's gotten better, and over time. And that's why I feel like it's not as cringe right now, maybe. I don't know.
It's changed.
Yeah, I know. I like coming up with theories for things, but I don't know. But it does definitely feel like it's changed, and it's not as cringe, especially younger people who are used to reality TV. And, everyone's curating their own reality show on social media, so. Yeah.
Everybody's Valerie Cherish, essentially, now.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a little sort of underlying note in this season.
We're all Valerie Cherish. Go back for a second. When you went to school, to Vassar for biology, you were headed on a totally different path. And I'm thinking about this. I have twins, and they're both about to go to college. And I keep telling them, your major it's important, but it's not that important. Do you see a life lesson in that you went to school for biology and then ended up doing something completely different?
Yeah, a life lesson. Yeah, but I guess pursue what's interesting to you, because you're going to spend 4 years doing it, or you'll change your mind halfway through and choose a different major. Go ahead. I mean, if it doesn't cost more and you can afford it, at the school. But, just pursue what's interesting to you and see what happens.
Do you think that in some way that aided you, having those 4 years to focus on science, something completely different, before going into comedy and acting?
Yeah, I wasn't, for whatever reason, I completely dismissed acting as a possible adult identity.
Did it just seem not like a grown-up thing to do, to go into acting?
Not grown-up, but I couldn't respect it. No. And it was sort of like an old-timey, mindset of, no, I want my future husband to take me seriously, and needs to know I'm smart. Actresses weren't known for their smarts. Doesn't mean they weren't.
So how did you change your mindset about that?
Oh, because it was a very strong impulse or compulsion to, what? It was sort of I don't want to have any regrets. I do want to get married. I do want to have kids. I'm going to have to pay attention to them. I don't want any regrets that I didn't try this, because you do want to do this. You really do. Stop it. You do. So now's the time. It's a selfish pursuit, but you don't have a mortgage. You're not responsible to anybody, and now's the time, and see what happens.
How did you keep going in those early days when, you have all these auditions, you get cast in a role, then you're fired from that role? What kept you going?
quitting wasn't an alternative. And even when I thought I would think, oh, maybe I'm not one of those people for whom this works out, and then it would pass. Like if I felt bad or felt like, ooh, yeah, maybe this isn't for you, it didn't last more than a couple days.
And then what replaced it?
Oh, but Conan O'Brien thinks you're good. Hey, Lorraine Newman thought you should be on Saturday Night Live. That stuff, just, okay, you know what? If they think I should do this, yeah, I'm gonna let's see what happens, yeah.
When you auditioned for Phoebe, could you, at that moment, did you know this is a character I can lean into? I got this?
Wow, I don't think I gave it that much thought, but I mean, yes, I thought I had a funny take on the character, but I didn't know if it would be appreciated. Or not appreciated, but if it would fit with, the creator's view of who this character is. But I had at that point at least learned enough to just make a choice that makes sense to you, and then you see if it's in line with the way they want to portray this character and tell the story. And it was, yeah, and it was. So that was great.
It sounds like I have a thing about James Burroughs, but he has this great quote where he says, the cast was a gift from God. Did you feel like that cast was a gift from God?
Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely, because, I didn't know who anyone was except Courtney Cox. And at the table read, when I heard, for example, and Schwimmer, I kind of saw him on some Fox show that didn't last long, but I thought, oh my God, he's really great. He's funny. Ooh, he's something different about him. He's good. And he was the first person cast. So I thought, oh, this could be really good. And then at the table read, sure, he fulfilled every expectation I had. Everyone was great. Matthew Perry as Chandler, that was the last person to be cast. I couldn't figure out what does Chandler sound like when reading it. I thought Chandler was a gay character. I thought Chandler was the gay character. And then Matthew Perry is Chandler, and I never saw that coming, not miles away, never saw that coming. Hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah. That was like revelatory. Matthew Perry.
What do you think it was about the two of you that clicked as friends?
The two of me
you and Matthew Perry.
Oh, well, sense of humor, I think.
Same sense of humor?
Similar. An appreciation. That was nice.
For each other, you mean?
Well, that was nice. From my point of view, that he got me was great. Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, and also, we were all laughing at everything Matthew said, and we were laughing at each other. This was like puppies, just like playing on a set, honestly.
That's what it felt like.
That's what it felt like. Getting notes, and everyone's like, hey, knock it off, and I'm going nuts, like I'm a good student. It's like, they're giving us notes. Guys, they're giving us notes. It's like, hey, back off. What are you snapping at me for? And then wondering why aren't they getting mad at them for not paying attention during the lecture? And that was also a good thing to learn that, trying to be an A student is the worst thing you can do in the arts.
And that's where you figured that out, on the Friends set?
Yeah. Yes, they were right. It's got to be light fun. It's just got to be light fun, relaxing, yeah.
The reunion was a gift to fans. Was it a gift to you?
Yes, that was a gift to us.
What was the best part of it for you?
Seeing people interviewed all around the world, that made us all very emotional, touched. Not a dry eye for any of us. I'm not sure if that's in there. I can't remember. But we were kind of a wreck after seeing people all over the world talking about, what Friends helped them get through.
Do you have a particular, because I think you've talked about this, when you've realized that how much Friends means to people. Have people shared with you what it means to them, and is there one in particular that's touched you?
There's so many that are similar and that are like what we saw at the Friends reunion. But, that got people through a hard time. Feeling really isolated and alone. And it helped fill a hole or made them feel a connection. And I think especially now, you wouldn't expect young people to still want to watch an old show, a 20-something, 30-year-old show. The technology's different, all of that. But I do feel like there's this unconscious nostalgia for connection. So, and that's what it is. And also it's great because they can give each other a hard time, make fun of each other, but they love each other. And I think we do need more of that. Yeah.
You started watching the show for kind of comfort?
Yeah, well, I was able to watch it. When I haven't watched it, I think I was self-conscious if anyone walked by and saw me watching my own show. It embarrassed me. But then when Matthew passed away, there were marathons, and I watched it, and it really did comfort me. And it wasn't about me. It was about watching Matthew and all of us, and it was this other thing. And I really enjoyed it. And then recently, I like watching, I want to have a laugh before I go to bed. So I watched, during COVID, I discovered Everybody Loves Raymond and Big Bang Theory. And I would rewatch Will and Grace. That makes me laugh out loud. And 30 Rock makes me laugh out loud, funniest ever. And so I very recently just started watching Friends before going to bed. And I go to bed too late because it just keeps rolling into the next episode, and I'm like, oh yeah, wait, what happened? Because I didn't see all of them.
So you don't know what happened in some of the episodes?
I kind of do, but it's a surprise. Yeah, no, it's a surprise.
So when did you start doing this again, where you watch it before you go to bed?
Like this last month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really recently. Really recently, yeah. And I don't mind myself, and sometimes even laugh. But it feels like I'm laughing at what she did. It's so nuts.
It makes sense, though. You're able to take a step back at this point and appreciate it maybe a little more.
Yeah, I think so. But absolutely everybody is making me laugh. Like, oh my God, Jennifer's so good. Courtney's so funny. Holy cow. Matt LeBlanc, everything he says, unbelievable. Yeah, and then Matthew, come on, that's laugh out loud every time he opens his mouth, and Schwimmer, every take is just the look on his face. It's just funny. Look at me going through as if I want to introduce you to this thing. It's a show that I discovered called Friends.
Called Friends. Because as you're saying this, in my mind, I'm going, yeah, she's discovering what we knew all along.
I know. Yeah, it's got to sound weird, yeah.
Could you see, will there ever be another reunion of the cast?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? You never know, why or how. Maybe it would make sense. I don't know. Right now, I don't think it does.
Obviously, you've revisited Valerie. Could you revisit Phoebe?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not out of the realm. I mean, they're even talking about revisiting Romy and Michelle.
They're not
So-
talking about it. I heard that you're actually starting to shoot over the summer. Alan Cummings said that.
Oh,
No?
really?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's thrilling.
Is there truth to that? Are you guys starting to shoot this summer?
Well, no.
Oh.
But the script, I laughed out loud
So it's a
many
possibility.
times.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's in the works. Let's see if it works out. But yeah, that might happen.
Is
Okay. I'll just do things I did before.
Do you think, could you see going back to Valerie in another 10 years?
I don't know.
Every
I know,
question
look
I'm
at
going to
me, I
ask
have
you
no, no answer for you.
are these hypotheticals, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like, Michael and I talked about this, that third and final, make it a trilogy. So it's just a nice piece chronicling, it turns out, the changing landscape of television. Right? That seems fair enough.
And you did say final,
Final. Yeah.
so you feel like this is it.
I do. I don't know. Yes, I do. I'm not being coy. It's just because who knows, but to me, yes. Of this iteration, yeah, I think this is it.
And that feels good? Okay.
Great. Yeah, it's a complete package.
How often do you get that?
No, I know. I know. Yeah.